Well, I thought, the game kind of started out kind of the way I thought it would. Thought both of us would kind of be back and forth a little bit, and very low scoring. And then we hit a spurt, and I thought just being able to go up 18 or whatever it was at halftime was crucial, making a big run at the end of the first half. And then we came out second half and started the second half the way we wanted to start it. So very good performance, very, very good defense, extremely good defense. When you hold an A10 opponent to 16 points and a half in the conference play, that's, I think that says enough. But really proud of these guys. Again, defensive performance was really, really good.
Questions for Francis Okoro or Gibson Jimerson? Please raise your hand. You're in the back. There you go. Go ahead, sir.
John Teitel from HoopsHD.com. My question is for Francis. You've now played 8 postseason games in your college career, and you've won 7 of them. What is the key to winning games in March? Is it scouting or focus or confidence or something else?
To me, it's defense and being locked in and focus. Coach talks about that every time. The time of the year, we got to be extremely focused as a team, lift each other up, and pay attention to the defense. That's what makes our team great. And we all did that tonight.
Question for players?
I guess for Gibson, Stu Duranda with the Post-Dispatch in St. Louis. How much emphasis was there on, at halftime on not just maintaining that lead, but trying to accelerate and extend the lead, and ultimately what you did?
Yeah, obviously we had a big lead at halftime, and holding them to 16 points. We wanted to build off that. We wanted to continue that in the second half. You always want to continue to do that going into halftime because, as we've seen as a team this year, like a lot of our games have been a tale of two halves. We'll play great one half and then we'll kind of get away from it. So we just wanted to maintain what we did in the first half and even build on that. And I think we did there in the first part of the second half. So yeah.
Question right here. Go ahead, sir.
Carter Chaplin, ScoopsWithDanMac.com. This is one of the larger breaks in games you guys have had between your last appearance on Saturday and today. Did you guys come out with any more energy, or were you just anxious to play some basketball?
Yeah, we had a pretty long February there, so we had a couple of days off after our last game of the season. So I think it was good to just kind of reset a little bit, and then we got back on the practice court and started preparing for our games here. But I think those 2 days we had off after our last game were crucial. But it's tournament time. This is the time of the year that's most exciting when we get to play in March. Last year we kind of had a kind of a discombobulated tournament. It was between 2 places. So I think we had that tournament feel this year, and we're all excited to be playing in it.
Questions for the players? Yes, sir. Right here on the aisle.
Third time tomorrow, you get a team that's beaten you twice. What do you look at as maybe some of the keys to trying to turn that around tomorrow?
I think we just have to do what we did today. Play extremely good defense. Come together as a team and understand the scouting report, and just go out there and play. I don't want to talk too much about the game, but we just need to go out there and play tomorrow.
Any other questions for players? If not, I'm going to let these gentlemen go back to their locker room. Guys, you may go back to your locker room now.
Happening hoops. Coach, you subbed your starters out with about 10 minutes left in the game, and they started to put their warm-ups back on, but once LaSalle got under 20 with about 4.5 minutes left, they came back in. Were you concerned about LaSalle run at that point, or just trying to keep them loose?
No, I was concerned about the game. I've been doing this for a while. I've seen teams come back with 4 minutes to go. I think it was like 4:19, whatever it was. I've seen it happen, and we were just, we needed to just kind of steady the ship a little bit, and that's kind of, and those guys got in there and did that. They got in there and scored and got a rebound, so it's one of those things.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Was there any thought in the back of your mind, in terms of game planning for this, wanting to get your starters enough minutes to get them comfortable, to get them used to the building, but also knowing that you might have to play 4 games in 4 days to win another tournament?
No, our whole mindset is figure out how to win this game. That's it, period. And every person that's been around me for the last 3 or 4 days will tell you the same thing. We put everything we had in to try to figure out how to win this game. And now we move on. And that's the approach I've always taken. And in the back of your mind, you hope you can maybe, but our mindset was never talked about. Our mindset was, LaSalle's on a 4-game winning streak. LaSalle's playing their best basketball of the year. And we have a lot of respect for LaSalle, a lot of respect for their team, their program, and I got a lot of respect for Coach Howard. And that's all we have talked about. That's all we have worried about. And we put everything we had into it, everything. Now, we gave our guys a lot more rest. We took 2 days off since our VCU game. We went hard on Tuesday, and then yesterday we went maybe for an hour, half court a little bit, after we knew who had won. And I thought they were fresh. I thought they looked good. I thought they started the game, like I said, how I thought we would. You're always a little nervous. You're always. I was, with the 1 game under their belt, I thought they might, we were just, as I told our staff, let's just try to hang in here the first 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then hopefully we can make a run. That's kind of what happened.
Go ahead, sir, on the aisle.
I think you guys pretty much control LaSalle inside in the first 2 games. And again today, you rebounded them by a good margin and did a lot of scoring inside. I know that's what you focus on, is getting the ball inside in general, but did you feel like you could really take advantage of that again today?
Yeah, they are playing a lot different than when we played them the last 2 times. They've changed how they played. They've changed personnel lineup. Different guys are playing more minutes, but they're switching everything 1 through 5. And so we knew that. We'd watched the last couple of games, and when they switch 1 through 5, you're going to have a mismatch at some point, somewhere. And it's a fine line from staring it down to looking at it. And I think a couple of times we kind of stared it down and it stalled our offense a little bit because we were wanting to look at the mismatch. But it was an emphasis to get it inside tonight more than usual, for sure, just because of the mismatches. But more importantly, we have a lot of respect for their center, who is averaging 20 points a game on us in 2 games, averaging. And really challenged our bigs, really challenged our 5s. Really challenged them, let them know kind of how this guy's been playing, and we did a heck of a job. Francis and Martin did a heck of a job on a really talented individual, Moore, inside, a heck of a job. They rose to the challenge, and we challenged them.
Other questions? Yes, go ahead, sir, again.
With St. Bonaventure now, do you just look at doing what you do better, or are there changes or things you need to switch up for the 3rd meeting?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I was telling the staff, I've got to go back and watch the games. I can't, I remember we had a bad first half down there and played better second half. I don't even remember what happened at home, other than we got beat. There's like Gibby said, this has been a heck of a February, March that they threw at us to have our guys play. So there's a lot that's gone on. What we do know is St. Bonaventure's one heck of a basketball team. One of the better teams in America, extremely veteran, very well coached. We have a lot of respect for them. They're the reigning champions of this league from here last year. So we know we need to play better than we have. So we need to figure out how to be our best somehow.
Is there a final question for Coach Moore?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach.
You know what? St. Louis is a tough, athletic, skilled team, and they played well today. I thought early in the game we were able to hang in there with them, but defensively they really bothered us. In particular, our ability just to finish plays around the basket. I thought we had some really clean looks early, and it didn't fall for us, and then sort of kind of allowed them to get out in transition, and then they jumped on us. But all credit to St. Louis. I'm proud of my team for the last 5 games. 4 and 5, right? So 4 and 1. So we won 4 out of our last 5 games. I'm proud of that. Proud of the fact that these guys stuck together through some really challenging times this season. We lost a lot of close games, a lot of heartbreaking games, and our guys never quit. They kept getting better, kept coming to practice and giving us an honest effort. So I'm proud of that. And and look forward to just continuing to build and see where we can take this program moving forward.
Questions for the players, please? Question, raise your hand. Yes, right here.
Clifton, Clifton or Christian, I guess obviously, sometimes shots don't fall. Obviously, struggled a little bit offensively today. How do you kind of keep going when the shots aren't falling?
That's a mentality that we had recently, like you said, the last 4 games. If shots aren't going, to stick to our defense. I think that really second chance points was really the thing that hurt us today, and I'm proud of our guys for keep fighting.
Christian, you have anything to add to that?
I think when shots don't fall, you have to emphasize getting second chance points. St. Louis, credit to them, they tagged us. Every single time the shot went up, it was hard for us to get those second chance points that we usually got. So when shots aren't falling, that's really what you have to do. You have to get to the free throw line, you have to get second chance points. We really weren't able to do either.
On the front row.
Nick Martin, Major Madness. Coach touched about it. I mean, you guys had an excellent end of the season. How do you two just grow upon that for the future?
I think that it obviously builds momentum, and we believe in momentum. But it's also kind of a learning experience for all of us because there was a lot of games throughout the season that we had leads that we ended up falling, and then it puts us in positions where we have to fight 5 days in a row. And looking back, if we were just able to take some of those, it'd be a different kind of story. So it builds momentum, but it also is a learning experience for us.
I think that if we limit our mistakes and turnovers, plays here and there, we can win those close games. And so you kind of see the future for even our guys coming in, that if we just keep working like we have and build momentum, like you said, in the season, that we can do something great.
Other questions for the players? If not, gentlemen, I'm going to let you guys go back to your locker room. Thank you.
Coach David, the city of brotherly love. Just two things. I think you used 11 starters this year. Yes, that can be a plus and a minus, I guess. But sort of kind of what do you take away from that? And just looking ahead in terms of roster construction, you have a lot of guys who are eligible to come back. It's kind of what do you see big picture going forward?
You know what? I'm excited about our team. When I think about the future, and I just talked to our guys about it in the locker room. I talked about the fact that we ended. So we're just like the last 8 minutes of the game, we're down 30, and I'm like, yo, let's win this last 8 minutes. I'm glad that we won the last 8 minutes of the game, just so we keep the mentality that we just ran out of time. That's our mentality. If we lose, all right, we just ran out of time. What do we need to do to keep getting better, right? So when I think about our team, we have a lot of talent, a lot of guys that we didn't have in the summertime for different reasons, whether it was injury, transferring in, what have you. So I'm looking forward to, getting to the off season and having some spring and summer workouts with our guys. We got a foreign tour planned, so we'll be able to get some experience, and some more cohesiveness going into next season. I thought that, throughout the course of this year, our guys got some valuable experience. Like our players touched on, we played in a lot of close games, a lot of valuable learning lessons. And, I'm just looking forward to just getting these guys better, getting older, stronger, being more experienced. If we can keep this group together, I'm confident that we can make some strides next year.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hey, Coach. Manning Snyder, Philadelphia Inquirer. Clifton Moore, his progression this season was incredible. His blocks, #1 season record for you guys. Can you talk about his progression and kind of his growth over the campaign?
It's unbelievable. I mean, he's a hard worker. He's a great kid, great family. He transferred in, and his first year with us, he got significantly better throughout the course of the season. Then he broke his ankle like a week before the conference tournament started, and then we went into a pandemic. So, you're from Philly, so you know how serious Philly was on lockdown during the pandemic. So we couldn't touch that kid for 6 months. So now we came back last year, and then he had to just sort of kind of play and kind of figure himself out as the year went on. So this year, being healthy gave him the opportunity to continue to work and grow and develop his confidence. And you know what, man? I'm so proud of him. He got better. I think he knows that he can be one of the better players in this league. It's a very good league with a lot of good players. I think Clifton Moore is one of the best big guys in our conference. And I think that he, you know, still has a lot of room for improvement. It says a lot about him and how good he can be and where his talent is. So looking forward to getting him better this offseason and you know, bringing him back next year, a bigger, stronger, more polished player.
Yes, sir, in the back row.
So I'm kind of just wondering if you could talk a little bit about Jimerson. Obviously, he came out today pretty hot. I think he had 9 points in the first few minutes of the game. He trailed off a little bit, but kind of can you talk a little bit about his progression over this season and even since, you know, he's arrived on campus at Salle?
So it's been, I think Jig is unbelievably talented. You know, he's a Philadelphia high school, Pennsylvania high school legend, right? But you know, I think that he has so much more potential that's untapped. You know, I think there's going to be a very, very significant offseason for him. Even though, you know, he shows flashes throughout the course of the year, I think his ability to be more consistent for us is really going to set us apart and really help our program go to another level. So, you know, Jig knows how I feel about him. I love him. You know, he's a great kid. He's a joy to be around. You know, he's the leader of our team. Everybody loves him. He's the heart and soul of everybody. And, you know, it's going to be a significant offseason for him. We're looking forward to seeing his development throughout the course of this offseason.
Go ahead, sir.
Coach, where is your foreign trip planning to go? And with things starting to open up a little bit, how has that all come together? And that can be a really good bonding experience.
Yeah, so we have a trip to Europe planned. We don't know how things are going to progress, you know, with all of the unrest in the world right now. But, you know, as of right now, we're planning on going to Europe in August. We're going to touch a couple of countries. It'll give us opportunity to have 10 days of practice in August, where we can really, you know, tighten some things up and get a head start on, you know, putting our team together. But we have a lot of guys, a lot of young guys that can use that experience. Even our older guys get over there and play against professional players. So even for our older guys to get an opportunity to experience that, to kind of see where they are as they you know, start to prepare for the next journey in their careers.
Is there a final question? Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.